Today's lesson is graphing a linear equation in standard form, and our learning target is I can graph a linear equation using standard form ax plus by equals c. So you are asked to graph the equation x minus y equals 2. Okay. So the process that we are going to undertake is the same as that as what we did in graphing a linear equation in slope-intercept form. But in this case, for step 1, we're just going to make use of x and y intercepts of the equation because remember, as what I told you, at least 2 points determine a line. But you might ask me, Ma'am, can we just make use of other points on the line aside from the x and the y intercepts? Yes, you may. Remember, there are infinitely many points on the line, so we can identify many points as you want. So, for this equation in the form ax plus by equals c or standard form, it will be practical to just make use of the x and the y intercepts. Okay, let us identify the coordinates of the x and the y intercepts. Okay, of course, in the x-intercept, our y is equal to 0. So we're just going to substitute this in this equation. So if you don't want to be confused in the substitution process, just copy the equation. X minus y is equal to 0 to 2. So we have our x is the unknown. Then our y is 0 equals 2. Then, of course, this is 0. X is equal to 2. So the coordinates of the x-intercepts are, we have our x is 2 and our y is 0. Okay, the ordered pair is this. Then next is the y-intercept in which the x is equal to 0. Okay, so we have x minus y equals 2. So we have x is 0 minus y is equal to 2. Then we have negative y equals 2, dividing both sides by negative 1. Y negative 1. Y has an understood coefficient of negative 1. So dividing them, so we have y is equal to negative 2. So the coordinates of the y-intercept are, we have x0, then y is negative 2, then we have this ordered pair. Okay, then we can now graph it. Okay, so we have 2, 0 as the x-intercept, and we have 0, 0, negative 2 as our y-intercept. Can we add more points again? Yes. If you don't want to make use of the x and y intercepts, then fine. Find another point. Okay, say our x is equal to, let's try positive 1 when x equals 1. So you have x minus 1, y is equal to 2. Our x is 1 minus y is equal to 2. So we have negative y is equal to 2. Transpose 1 to the right side. So positive 1 becomes negative 1. So you have negative y equals 2 times 1 minus 1 is 1. Then dividing both sides by negative 1, what you get is y equals negative 1. So we have here the third point is we have 1, negative 1, and it's found here. 1, negative 1, it's found here. Notice that the 3 points are aligned. Then step 3, you are going to draw the line through the points. Extend the line, and put arrowheads to indicate that the line can be, or the line is extended up to infinity. Now you might ask me, Ma'am, can we just turn this equation into its slope-intercept form? Y is equal to mx plus b. What do you think? Of course, the answer is yes. So we can turn this one also into slope-intercept form. Okay, y is equal to mx plus b. So what should be left here on the left side is y. So what are we going to do? Transpose this one. So we have negative y is equal to negative x. When we transpose, the sign changes. Then plus 2 because 2 is not transferred. Then we are going to make our y positive because y here is positive, so divide both sides by negative 1. So we have negative by negative is positive, so we have negative by negative. So you have positive x, positive 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. Okay? Then, we can make use of any points on the line. So, find at least 2 points. Say, you don't want to make use of the x and y intercepts. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's look for another points on the line by determining the value of x first. So, we can make use of negative 1, 0, 1, or negative 1, 1. So, if we have our x is equal to 1, and our x here is negative 1 here. So let's have here negative 1 and this is positive 1. So following this equation, we have y is equal to x minus 2. We have y is equal to x negative 1 minus 2. Y is equal to negative 3. Then we have here y is equal to x minus 2. Y is equal to 1 minus 2. So we have y is equal to negative 1. Okay, so plotting these points here, so we have the ordered pair are as follows, negative 1, negative 3. Then we have positive 1 and negative 1. So we have positive 1, negative 1. Then we have negative 1, negative 3. And previously, our y intercept is at 0, negative 2, and our y is at this point. Notice that they are all aligned. So that only shows that we can make use of any points on the line, as many as you can. The minimum is just 2 points. And that minimum points could be the x and y intercepts or any points on the line. Okay? So meaning to say, the equation in the form ax plus by equals c can also be graphed or can also be graphed using the slope intercept form of the equation. Okay? It's up to you to decide. Okay? Equations have plenty of forms. And you can graph it in different ways. Okay? So, for your practice, kindly open your book on page 15 and answer this for some time, and then after you pause this video and after answering, you play it again. Okay, let us check. So let's make use of x and y intercepts, but we can add more points. Okay, so let's have here x intercept has a y value of 0, so we have, okay, we have 3x minus our y is 0 equals 2. So you have 3x is equal to 2 because this is already 0. Then divide both sides by 3 to get the value of x, and that is 2/3. Notice that this is not a whole number. Find difficulty in locating this. Anyway, we can just estimate it. You have, this is estimatedly 2 divided by 3 is 0.67. Okay, then we have here, so we have 0.67. Then this our x is 0.67 and our y is 0. Then we have y-intercept, okay, when x equals 0, so we have, okay, so you have 3 times 0 minus y equals 2. Obviously, this is 0, so we have negative y equals 2. Dividing both sides by negative y, 1. So we have our y is equal to negative 2. So when x equals 0, y is negative 2. Okay? So we have these two ordered pairs. Now we can add more points. Okay? Because, okay, our x here is not a whole number. Okay, so say our x here, let's look for another value of x. Say we have here 1. Okay, when x is equal to 1, so we have 3 times our x, that is 1, minus y equals 2. So we have 3 times 1 is 3, minus y is equal to 2. You have negative y is equal to 2. Transpose positive 3, it becomes negative 3. So you have y is equal to 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. That's negative y. Then divide both sides by negative y because we need to make y positive. So we have now y is equal to negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1. So we have now the third point has coordinates 1 and 1. Okay, let's plot. So we have, let's plot these points. 1, 1. You have 0, negative 2. And this point, the x-intercept is found somewhere here. Notice that they are just still aligned. Point 67 is greater than 0.5, so we place it here. So this is now the graph of 3x minus y equals 2. Again, you can add many points as you want. Okay, so that's how we do it. Now, let's have a summary on how to graph linear equations by plotting points. So, step 1 is find 2 or 3 points whose coordinates are solutions to the equation or use the x and y intercepts. Then organize them in a table. In step 2, plot the points in a rectangular coordinate system. Then check the points if they line up. If they do not, carefully check your work. Step 3, draw the line through the 3 points, extend the line to fill the grid, and put arrows on both ends of the line. I hope you got it correctly. I hope you understand the lesson for today. Now, for checking and recording, on page 17 of your book, answer item number 2. Okay? Again, you can rewrite this equation in the slope-intercept form, or you can make use of any points on the line aside from the x and the y intercepts. Okay, let us go back now to your learning target. I can graph linear equation using its standard form ax plus by equals c. Reflect on this. If the answer is yes, then I am happy. Congratulations. If not, then you view the video again and graph again. Do the given skills practice shown in the video. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in our next lesson.